What if the spark of genius in a forgotten classroom was smothered not by lack of talent, but by the color of the hand that nurtured it? For Ms. Elena Harris, that injustice was about to ignite a fire no one could extinguish. The bell echoed through the cracked hallways of Lincoln High in South Chicago, a cacophony of squeaking sneakers and slamming lockers piercing the early morning haze. Sunlight filtered through grimy windows, casting long shadows over peeling posters and scuffed linoleum floors that smelled faintly of bleach and adolescent sweat. It was 8:15 a.m., the air thick with the buzz of fluorescent lights flickering overhead, as 25 10th graders shuffled into room 204, their backpacks thudding like distant thunder. Elena stood at the front, chalk in hand, her neat braids pulled back, forcing a smile despite the knot in her stomach. The blackboard behind her was a patchwork of erased equations, the room barren, no markers, no notebooks, just a few dog-eared textbooks shared among the class. "All right, settle down," Elena called, her voice warm but firm. The kids, mostly black and Latino, eyes bright with potential, quieted, but she saw the frustration in their fidgeting hands. Marcus, the lanky aspiring engineer, doodled on a scrap of napkin. Sophia, the quiet poet, shared a pencil stub with her neighbor. This was her third year here, pouring her soul into STEM projects that could lift these kids out of the cycle. But today, she needed supplies for the robotics competition: wires, circuits, basic tools. Without them, their prototype drone for environmental monitoring was dead in the water. She'd already tried the supply room. Principal Gerald Voss, a stern white man in his 60s with a perpetual frown etched into his jowly face, had blocked her again. Elena marched to his office during prep period, the click of her heels echoing her resolve. "Mr. Voss, I need access to the STEM kits," she said, standing tall in the doorway. His office was a stark contrast. Polished desk, stocked shelves, the hum of a new air purifier drowning out the school's chaos. Voss didn't look up from his computer, his fingers pausing mid-type. "Denied, Ms. Harris. Budget's tight. We prioritize core subjects." Her jaw clenched, a flicker of anger in her eyes. "Core? This is science. My class has the highest test scores in the district. The kids earned this. It's for the National Robotics Award." He finally met her gaze, his lips thinning, a subtle lean back in his chair like she was an intruder. "Earned. We've got limited resources. Can't play favorites." His tone dripped with implication, eyes darting to the photo on his wall, a all-white staff from decades ago. It wasn't the first time. Last year, he'd approved supplies for the white AP teachers' debate team without a blink. Elena's requests, always under review, her emails ignored, her presence dismissed with a wave. "Is this about the budget or something else?" she pressed, her voice steady but her fists balling at her sides. A glance at her phone, texts from parents begging for updates, fueled her. Voss's face reddened, a vein pulsing in his forehead. "Watch your tone. You're lucky to have a job here. Now get back to class before I write you up." She left, the door slamming behind her, heart racing like a thriller's chase scene. Power. He wielded it like a weapon, chipping away at her dignity. But Elena wouldn't break. Back in the classroom, she improvised, scrounging from junkyards on weekends, begging donations from alumni. The kids noticed, their doubts flickering in sidelong glances, but she rallied them. "We build with what we have," she said, her smile masking the exhaustion. Marcus soldered wires from old radios. Sophia coded algorithms on borrowed laptops. Late nights blurred into weeks, the room alive with whirring motors and heated debates, the scent of solder smoke mingling with pizza from Elena's pocket. Tension mounted as the deadline loomed. Whispers in the staff lounge, Voss mocking her pet project over coffee. Elena overheard, her shoulders tensing, but she channeled it into fuel. The students thrived, their prototype evolving into a sleek drone that mapped pollution in real time, a game-changer for underserved communities. Then, the twist hit like a plot reversal. The email arrived during lunch, the cafeteria din fading as Elena stared at her phone, eyes widening. National Robotics Award, finalists. Her class had won regionals anonymously, submitted under a group name. Now the national spotlight beckoned with press, funders, and scrutiny, but the application required school endorsement, Voss's signature. She confronted him that afternoon, printout in hand. His office felt smaller now, the air conditioner wheezing like a cornered animal. "Sign it," she said, sliding the form across his desk. No plea, just command. Voss scanned it, his smugness cracking, a flicker of doubt in his eyes, hands trembling slightly as he gripped the pen. "This... your class? How?" "Despite you," she replied, her voice ablade. The power shifted. She saw it in his averted gaze, the way he swallowed hard. The award meant exposure, reporters digging into why a winning program starved for supplies, discrimination headlines, his career on the line. He signed, but his scrawl was shaky, a silent admission. As Elena walked out, the hall lights seemed brighter, the kids' cheers echoing from afar. Yet in the quiet of her car that evening, rain drumming on the roof like applause withheld, Elena knew the real battle loomed. Victory tasted sweet, but justice? It whispered of audits and reckonings, a storm gathering on the horizon that could wash away the old guard, or drown them all.